Hey guys, welcome back. Beforehand, I just wanted to apologize for the delay for this video to come out. I know it's been like 4 or 5 days since the last tutorial, and I am sorry. It's just had a lot of things come up, and I expect to be able to work on the next one right after I finish editing this one. So it shouldn't be very long for that one to come out at all. So yeah, once again, I do apologize, and stick around for more to come. Hopefully in a timely manner. Thank you. We're going to set up our About page and set up our Contact page. So let's jump right in here. Open up your index in Notepad. And what we're going to do is take this page and we're going to right click on it, click copy. Then we're going to right click within the folder and we're going to click paste. Then we're going to rename this file About, and we're going to keep the HTML extension. Now let's open that up in Notepad. So right now, if we were to open this up in our browser and see our About page right here, our About link, it links to about.html. So when I click on that, can't see that, can you? Hold on a second. Alright, so when I click on about.html, it'll take me to the about.html page. Except in our case, it is the exact same thing. So what we're going to want to do is make this, our thumbnails here, our articles here, make these on the About page, make it actually an article, or an article about us, or just information about the website. So in about.html in our Notepad, let's come down here and take all the stuff within the index post, including the index post. Yeah, everything, the whole index post div, just delete it out of there. And then we're going to use an H1 tag, because this is the most important heading on this page. And it's going to say About. Then under that we could put, we'll say, this page describes what this website is all about. And then below that we're going to say H2. And we're going to say, what are we about? Let's put all there to keep it consistent. And with that we can have a paragraph. We're going to say, this will be the description of our website. This will tell you what our website is all about. Control S, browser, F5 refresh, and there we go. Simple, but it's what we were looking for. Now what I want to do is take our heading tags, and I don't like the straight black color. We're going to go with like a lighter black with a dark gray or something. So let's see how we can achieve that here. In our style.css, we're going to come up here right under our body, and we're going to say H1 styles for that, and then H2 styles for that. Now we could define these separately like we're doing here, or we could just say H1 and then comma H2. So that means both of these tags will share these styles. In our case, that'll work better since we're just going to color it. We're not going to be resizing or anything. We're just going to change the color. So we can say, okay, I want the color to be 777. Control S, browser, F5 refresh, and there we go. I've got a quick tip here for you guys. That means it does not deserve its own video, but it does deserve to be mentioned in a video. So this one is our first one, and if it is received well, if it works out, we will do it again. So in this one, what we're going to do is clean up our CSS. And we're not going to go through here and pick out things and clean it up ourselves. We're going to copy it, paste it within a cleaning engine, and let it do the work for us. So let's copy some of our CSS we've already made. Control C, come to our browser, and we're going to go to cleancss.com. Then we're going to paste in our CSS within the CSS code box. And over here we can decide how much cleaning we want it to do to our code. We could choose high, standard, low, or highest. And these just vary depending on if you want it to be readable by a human, or if you want it to be more efficient for a browser to read, or something like that. If I was to choose standard, it's going to balance it between readability and size. All these things should be already default, so just don't mess with those really, unless you see something you don't want it to do, or unless you see something you want it to do. If you want to save comments, if you have any comments, go ahead and check that box. And you can see here it does not support CSS 3.0, so if you have any CSS 3.0 or higher, depending on when you're seeing this, styles, then you may be out of luck here. It may just not recognize them at all, and it will just remove them or tell you they're invalid. So what you want to do is select the highest one you can, come down here and say Process CSS. We'll come down here and it'll say Invalid Property Border Radius, and obviously that is not available in CSS2 or lower, so it saw that, and what it did was remove it. But that's not what we're here for. What we're here for is to see if we had anything it could bind. And in our case, it had nothing. But that's just for the standard. If we check it up to high, or highest, no readability, smallest size. Process that. Now what we get is this straight line here of CSS. And that means it got rid of all the white space, all the tabs we had, to make it smaller. You see, what we input was 318 kilobytes, and what we output was, 0.318, and what we output was 0.245 kilobytes. That is not a significant save there, but it is something. And you can imagine this on a grander scale. So that's today's tip. If you liked it, please let me know in the comments. And back to the video. Let's come right back into our about.html. Let's take this within the paragraph tag. I'll actually just enter that down. Oh. Let's not do that. Enter that down. We're going to take this. Control copy. Control V, Control V. Control S. Browser. Alright, if you look around our heading tags, you'll see we have this huge space around it, and it doesn't look very attractive. So what we're going to do is remove that space. Let's come to our style.css, and in our H1, H2 styles, of course, if we're going to be using more, we could just add H3, H4, H5, H6 out through there. But in this case, we're just going to say margin 0. There's no default margin added around it. And then we're going to say default padding, or default margin for our paragraph is going to be 0. Okay, everything was going so smoothly, of course something had to happen. And my mouse that I've been using for 3 or 4 years now decided to stop working. Awesome. So I'm using an older mouse, a PS2 mouse, and for some reason the scroll wheel is not wanting to work. Let's see if I can fix that later on. But, okay, so back to what we were doing. So on the About page, let's wrap this within a paragraph tag. Ooh, it's still getting used to. Control S. Browser, open that up, and there we go. Now we want to add some space between this heading and this paragraph. So what we're going to do is add a margin on top of the headings. So in our notepad, go to the style.css, and we're going to say, like if this says margin 4 pixels, you just change the top and make it like 15 pixels. Control S, browser, refresh, and what we're going to do is say margin bottom 4 pixels. There we go. And that looks pretty good. So we go to the home page, the about page. The linking is working correctly. And now let's create our contact page. What we're going to do is come to our folder, take the about page, copy, and paste a shortcut. Now paste the actual file. And we're going to name that contact.html. Now I was going to make an actual contact form in this tutorial, but I believe we'll just keep it simple and add like a fake physical address, phone number, things like that. And we'll leave the contact form, the actual submittable form, for a future, little bit more advanced tutorial. So let's open this contact page up. Okay, so we're going to change our about to contact. Let's change this paragraph to a dummy physical address. We'll just paste in one I've already created here. Let's just get it all straightened up there. And then I could say, like right here, I could say telephone. And then within that, I could put our phone number in. Whatever it may be. Control S, look at that in the browser really quickly. There we go. This is obviously a very, very simple way to do this. On this page, you'd want to do, you'd want to have, like, you know, your email address and a contact form. People really like input forms. It's really simple. They don't have to do any extra work. Just fill in a couple fields, click a button, and all the work's done for them. So you may want to consider that. I will cover that in the future, I am sure. I'm not sure when I'll do it, but it seems to be like something I would really want to do, because it is a very universal thing to do with creating forms, and we could run it through PHP and figure out how to communicate with a database. That all sounds like a lot of fun, right? Right. So, we're pretty much done in this tutorial, I believe. I know it was kind of simple. All we did was just duplicate a page a couple times and edit the content. But that's pretty much all you need to do whenever you're creating a couple static pages. It's pretty simple. So thank you for watching. Our next video will be us touching up anything that needs to be touched up. And then we'll set up our hosting account over at 000webhost.com. Make sure you subscribe for that one, and see ya.